When excuse me. Mm. When there is peace and quiet and nobody's around except the animals and the sounds they're bringing, it is very interesting how, you know, you pick up things that you weren't expecting to pick up. And especially now, I know everyone in the collective, we're in a massive wealth transfer right now. And lately, there's also a lot of meltdowns going around everywhere. There's a lot of overwhelm. And, definitely the overwhelm is just not your own. And there is a big panic, the energy around of people losing it all. Are people losing it all? There are groups of people losing it all, yes. And one of those interesting things is that when you know you're not, and because one of the things is when you know you're not and recognize that, it's because the mindset has changed. And when you are in a wealthy mindset and that has pivoted, whenever that has pivoted for you, it's going, or if it didn't pivot for you quite yet, it's going to pivot. And that once that mindset changes, there's no going back, and it's a great thing. And you just tend to sense that there is also, next to the overwhelm, there is anger, there is jealousy of, what you have and others have. And it's one of the basic things that you could take these things on from the collective, and being careful of taking them on from the collective, because thoughts can, overtake your mind for a second. Some of them may be triggering, but if they're not triggering you, that means they've already been healed, cleared, and dissolved. And I know people have a lot of trouble walking into stores, or, they've resort to, ordering online, and especially with the inflations. And a lot of stuff has come up around money, obviously, and money is energy. And, just like sound, just like the wind, just like anything. And it's a powerful energy. When it's important to know when to disconnect from that collective situation that has literally put it in a low vibration for the moment. And especially if you recognize it when it's not your own, it's really important, because what happens is we all are in a 3D body. We all have an ego. We all have pride in something. And the main thing is that words are spells. And words are powerful magic because they have sound. And being very mindful of watching your thoughts that you have taken on from the collective for the moment, and then clearing it out before they become words is very important, because sometimes we don't realize it'll come out of our mouth, and we can just hit click, delete, clear, block, transmute. And you're going to be hearing things out of frustration. And it's normal. And then sometimes you become empathetic. Sometimes you're not at the moment, but it will happen, I guess. It's not, You can stay away from it, but sometimes you're just going to hear it. It's just like where sometimes you hear a string of things. Oh, there's not enough help anywhere, in other places. But one of the main things is to stay in gratitude first, because when you stay in gratitude, you're showing the universe that whatever you have in the now, in the moment, they're going to show you, they're going to gift you in unexpected ways whatever you've been asking for. It's not always going to go your way and at the, at the same, at the time you expect it, but it will happen. Because, again, when people say things and, you could be running into a store for about 2 seconds and somebody complains about it. And yeah, we are on a massive wealth transfer, and it is very mindful to watch the lower vibrations from it, the overwhelm, the jealousy, the anger, the sadness, and the most lowest of all would be fear. But once your mindset has changed, you know how to recognize that and transmute it. And, just flip the alchemy around real quick and pivot. You can heal things on the energetics, but once the mindset is actually changed, the things that are healed on the energetics will come quickly. Or whenever time it comes, at the right time in the right place. People have been saying things, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. Yes, it is. I get it. It's because they have a fear, and the fear is fear of numbers. People have misbudgeted. It's a limiting belief. Is it your fault? No. Limiting beliefs are not what you were programmed with. Or things, for example, that have been, or will say, oh, you'll meet people that'll just throw money around for a certain agenda or whatever. Is basically a form of jealousy, a form of lack, a form of, scarcity. So once the mindset changes, it doesn't bother you. Or you have people just saying, oh, they can do this and that, they have that kind of freedom. It's jealousy is a lower vibration. Is it that actual person's fault? No, they took that on from the collective, because energy does spread very, very, very quickly. It could be miles away, could be 2 minutes away. There was being around yesterday too close was 2 tower moments. It's crazy. Know that you're going to be around tower moments, and knowing that, in the next thing, oops, wait a minute, that's not me. That's not me. Money loves speed. Money loves action. And sometimes the old money has to leave for the new to come in. But there has been a lot of brutal endings lately, and there are things that have closed out, cycles that have closed out, because things were held on to for too long. Action steps weren't taken, and then what happens is when action steps are not always taken, or they are taken actually, and people expect something to happen right away. With Alliance-inspired action, things will happen when you've detached from the outcome. Or when someone else is around you and you've taken action steps, and then all of a sudden they put you in that vibration where something lower energetic has been said or done, it's also very easy to self-sabotage it, not realizing it. So always clear your thoughts and ground yourself before taking aligned, inspired action with anything. Because then once you clear that out, and then when you're able to detach from it, there you go. There you go. Magic has happened. Have a magical day, all. Protect your energies from lower energies.